classification of financial instrument, that means classification of financial asset, classification of financial liability, and classification of equity. So today we have only discussed classification of Today we have only discussed the classification of assets. Assets, we said three things: amortized cost, FETOCI, FETPL. This needs to be evaluated in the same sequence. If the financial asset classified at amortized cost, all the condition gets satisfied, I will not move forward and check for FETOCI. If all the condition of FETOCI meets, then I will classify my financial asset at FETOCI. I will not move forward and check. Right? What is amortized cost? It is that amount. It is that amount at which is to be recognized. It is the amount of the financial asset or liability which is to be recognized at the fair value of the transaction price. Right? Plus or minus. What I will do? I will reduce the collection. I will add the interest on effective interest rate, and I will reduce the bad debt. So what is amortized cost? It is nothing but the carrying value of the financial asset where interest is to be recognized on effective interest rate. Correct? What else? After that, we have discussed effective interest rate. What is effective interest rate? It is nothing but a rate which will discount the financial assets and liabilities, which will discount the future cash flows and inflows for the computation of the gross value of financial asset and liability. It is nothing but IRR. It is nothing but IRR. What is IRR? It is internal rate of return. What is IRR? It is that rate at which NPV is zero. What is IRR? It is that rate at which the present value of the cash inflow is equal to the present value of cash outflows. Right? Then we said two conditions are there in case of amortized cost: business model test to collect and SPPI. What is the business model test to collect? That means intention to collect the contractual cash flow and hold the asset till the end of the maturity period. SPPI, both these conditions need to be satisfied. What is SPPI? Principal must be there, interest must be there. Interest can be fixed or floating, interest can be any percentage. Principal and interest shall not be linked with the equity price or any other index. What is index? Consumer price index, oil price index, commodity price index, share price index, any other index. But if the principal and interest is linked to the inflation index, then it is in consideration of or where the SPPI gets meet. Investment in equity shares can never be classified at amortized cost because it will fail fourth condition of SPPI. Right? Then we talked about fair value through OCI. That means what is OCI? These are the 10 items which generally gets recognized in OCI. What is OCI? Other comprehensive income. What is OCI? Notional gain and loss to be recognized in OCI, which is non-routine nature of the transaction, which is not routine in the business, which is not in the business routine nature of transaction. Right? Those expense, those income will not get recognized in P&L. It will get recognized in OCI. Right? OCI. What is fair value through OCI? Fair value through OCI means change in the fair valuation will be routed through OCI. Right? That means it can be in the two scenario: investment in debt instrument, investment in equity instrument. What is debt instrument? The investment has been made whose nature is debt, like investment in debenture, investment in equity, investment in debenture, investment in bond, investment in preference shares where the nature of preference shares is liability. So sir, is it possible that the nature of preference share capital is a liability? Yes, we have read mandatory redeemable preference shares where the nature has become a liability because it is supposed to be repaid. And the second category we have talked about investment in equity shares, investment in equity shares, investment in preference shares where the nature of preference shares is equity in nature, right? And these are the series of transaction entries which we need to pass in respect of fair value through OCI. So last couple of questions let me take up. After that we can wind up the session. Okay, Naveen has raised one point, sir. Why do we have the preference shares under OCI category? I think one of the good observation has been raised by Naveen. Sir, you said the shares will fail SPPI, and if it fail SPPI, right? If it fail SPPI, I cannot classify it at amortized cost. I cannot classify that FETOCI. But still, you have considered preference shares at FETOCI category, right? We will discuss in the next class, Naveen. This is the entire concept on the irrevocable option that we will explain and discuss in the next class. Don't worry, right? In Namita is saying, sir, in the OCI, it will also show a gain of 50,000 rupees. Yes, it will also show a gain of rupees 50,000 rupees. But in which period? In the previous period in which the gain has occurred. Right? This is for the period of 31st March 2021. OCI is always prepared for a particular period similar to P&L. Right? So here we have a gain of 50,000 rupees. In the next thing is it will be a gain of 30,000 rupees. Right? It will be a gain of 30,000 rupees. So I should write here 30,000, not 80,000. 80,000 is to be adjusted in the 80,000 rupees is to be adjusted like this, right? Okay, what else? So Divya is saying, sir, on reclassification, okay, so 30,000 rupees. We have a gain of 50,000 rupees. In the next thing is it will be a gain of 30,000 rupees, right? It will be a gain of 30,000 rupees. So I should write here 30,000, not 80,000. 80,000 is to be adjusted in the 80,000 rupees is to be adjusted like this, right? Okay, what else? So Divya is saying, sir, on reclassification, we will show it as a negative item in the OCI. Yes, we will show. Vasundhara is saying, sir, fair valuation gain and loss is included, or all other items you have mentioned are included. Only the fair valuation on OCI or the fair valuation gain and loss on debt. So item which I mentioned, Vasudha, in the OCI, that will get recorded in the OCI. But in financial instrument, we will be talking about only two items. Divya is saying, sir, on behalf of all present and future viewers of this session, I would like to thank you for you have helped us understand some complex topic of FR with ease. Thank you so much.